guys, welcome back to one of the most enthralling and exciting Science Scamper series for classes 6 to 8 by Educative, and I am your super science teacher Ambika. At Educative, we always empower all our students as how to think and not what to think. So if you want to experience the same, subscribe to the Educative YouTube channel. The subscription button is just given below, guys. If you like our video, don't forget to press the like button and ensure to hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates from Educative. Now let's start today's session, and the topic for the day is light, shadow and reflection. Whoa, something quite different. When you get light, then shadow is formed and then something is reflected out. Now let's see which topics we are going to cover in this module. We are going to cover light, luminous and non-luminous objects, propagation of light, nature of materials, formation of shadow, pinhole camera, reflection of light, lateral symmetry in mirrors. Now let's see ahead. Light. Now you are looking to something dazzling lights on the screen. Yes. So light is a form of energy, and it is that form of energy with the help of which we are able to see everything. But if we generally say light is invisible in itself, but it makes all other objects visible to us. लाइट अपने आप में दिखाई नहीं देती. ये तो कलर्ड लाइट है इसलिए दिखाई दे रही है. अगर वाइट लाइट हो तो दिखाई नहीं देगी. लेकिन उसी लाइट की वजह से हमें बाकी सारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स दिखाई देते हैं. अगर लाइट नहीं होगी, अंधेरा होगा, डार्कनेस विल बी देयर, सो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू सी एनीथिंग. नाउ लाइट was not initially present or developed in the ancient time. Earlier, when there was darkness, people used to lit up diyas, laltain, all those things. Later on, light was developed. जब तक लाइट नहीं आई थी तब तक अंधेरा हो जाता था. कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. शाम होते ही लोग सो जाते थे, because there was the only source of light was sun in the daytime, and in the night it was only moon and stars, which do not provide that much light that you can do any work. But with the invention of light, a lot of things have been developed, a lot of changes have come in the lifestyle of the people. They have a lot of things to do, a lot of things to understand and do. In case of early men, or you can say in case of people who were living in the ancient time, with the invention of fire, they got a new source. Because आपको पता है जब आग जलती है तो उसमें से बहुत सारी लाइट निकलती है, heat and light energy. तो with the invention of fire, obviously फिर रात में भी लोगों के पास एक लाइट का सोर्स आ गया था, which was fire. But now, by God's grace and by the grace of our great scientists, we have a lot of light sources. Now let's move ahead. Now, luminous and non-luminous objects. The objects are of two types. Luminous objects are those objects which emit light of their own. Now, for example, sun. Sun has its own light. So, luminous. A bulb has its own light. Luminous. A torch has its own light. Luminous. Now, non-luminous objects, the objects who do not emit their own light because they do not have their own light, but are visible or can be seen easily when they are illuminated by a luminous object. For example, trees, shoes, me, you, everybody. हमारे अंदर कोई लाइट नहीं है, लेकिन जब हम पे किसी दूसरे luminous object की लाइट गिरती है तो हम एक दूसरे को देख पाते हैं. Isn't it? जब सन की लाइट हम पे आती है तो हम सब चीज़ें देख पाते हैं. ट्रीज की अपनी कोई लाइट नहीं है, बट स्टिल दे आर विजिबल व्हेन देयर इज सनलाइट. सो नॉन ल्यूमिनस ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर दोज ऑब्जेक्ट्स जिनकी अपनी कोई लाइट नहीं है, लेकिन जब भी उनके ऊपर लाइट पोर होती है दे आर विजिबल. Propagation of light. Now, how light travels? Always remember, children, light always travels in a straight line. Light कभी भी ऐसी bend होके, slant होके, no, never. Light always travels in a straight line, and this traveling of light in a straight line or in a straight path is known as rectilinear propagation. Light always shows rectilinear propagation. Rectilinear is the word which is used for a straight line, and light always travels in a straight line. You can see the image on the screen. A candle flame has been lit up and cardboards have been put up with holes at the same point, and the person is looking at it. Now, if you lift this one of the cardboards up and the hole comes over here, light will not go like this. No, it will still be traveling like this only. It will obstruct over here. So this shows us that light always travels in a straight line, and this traveling of light is known as rectilinear propagation. Now let's move ahead. Nature of materials. Now, depending upon that how much light can be passed through the objects are of three types. The first is transparent materials, through which light passes completely. They allow the light to pass through them. Second is translucent materials, which allow the light to pass through them partially, and opaque objects, which do not allow the light to pass through them at all. Now, a glass is a transparent object. If you have a door made up of glass, you can easily see that who is standing on the other side. That is a transparent thing. Translucent is a plastic polythene. If you do the plastic polythene like this, you may be able to feel that someone or something is on the other side, but the visibility will not be clear. And opaque object is just like a wall. If you want to see who is standing behind the wall, you cannot see because it is an opaque object. It does not allow the light to pass through it. So as you see in the picture, a transparent one, car is completely visible. In case of a translucent, it is partially or not clearly. And in case of an opaque, it is not at all visible. Alright, now let's move ahead. Formation of shadow. This is something we all used to do and love to play with. A shadow is formed when an opaque object obstructs the path of the light rays. That means, if this is a book, it is being hanged through something, and this is the source of light, maybe a torch. Alright, now what will happen? And this is a wall. A black colored patch will be formed here. बुक के ठीक पीछे एक ब्लैक कलर का पैच बनेगा वॉल पे. दिस ब्लैक कलर पैच इज द शेडो. सी यू पीपल नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, एक्चुअली 2-3 थिंग्स. व्हेन देयर इज अ लाइट सोर्स, ठीक है, लाइट का कोई सोर्स है और कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है, उसमें 3 कंडीशंस हो सकती हैं. फर्स्ट कंडीशन क्या हो सकती है? द ऑब्जेक्ट इज ट्रांसपेरेंट एंड इट इज अलाउइंग द लाइट रेज टू कंप्लीटली पास थ्रू इट. ठीक है, यानी कि केस ऑफ ग्लास. सेकेंड कैन बी द ऑब्जेक्ट इज ओपेक and it is not permitting the light rays to pass through it. ठीक है, which will be your shadow formation. And the third thing can be light rays are striking to a shiny opaque surface and returning back. That is the third thing, the another phenomenon, and another thing which we are going to discuss later. But yours is second case, when the light rays are obstruct by an opaque object, यानी कि एक opaque object की वजह से आपकी light rays रुक जाती हैं आगे जाने से, और पीछे एक स्क्रीन है या एक वॉल है या कोई भी एक ऐसी चीज़ है जिसपे एक ब्लैक पैच फॉर्म आपको दिखाई देगा. जब तक पीछे कुछ नहीं होगा उस ऑब्जेक्ट के, आपको शैडो दिखाई नहीं देगी. तो पीछे किसी ऑब्जेक्ट का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, वॉल या स्क्रीन जैसा कुछ भी. शैडो हमेशा ऑब्जेक्ट के पीछे बनती है. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस, शैडो इज ऑलवेज फॉर्म बिहाइंड द ऑब्जेक्ट. तो ये बुक है, शैडो यहाँ बनेगी. ऑलराइट, शैडो इज ऑलवेज डार्क और इट इज, यू कैन से, ऑलवेज ब्लैक इन कलर. There is no details of the object which we can get from the shadow. Shadow में आपको कोई details नहीं मिलेंगे कि object किस size का है, किस color का है, किस texture का है. You will not get any details. It will be a dark black colored thing. Like you can see on the screen, they have shown you the image. The 2 people are standing and their shadow is formed. The shadow is not telling what their skin color is, what they are wearing, the outfits are of which color, nothing. It is just dark black colored patch. So that is how shadow is formed. Now let's move ahead. Pinhole camera. You all must have seen the digital camera these days which is being used. Pinhole camera is almost same like a digital camera, but it works on the principle of rectilinear propagation of light. That means light always travels in a straight path. Image is always inverted. Inverted मतलब उल्टी. नॉट इरेक्टेड. अगर हाथ ऐसा क्लिक हुआ है तो पिन होल कैमरा में इमेज ऐसी आएगी, इन्वर्टेड. ओके. इमेज इज ऑलवेज स्मॉलर देन द ऑब्जेक्ट. अगर हाथ का साइज इतना है तो इमेज इतनी आएगी, ऑलवेज स्मॉलर. इमेज ऑब्जेक्ट्स कलर, साइज एक्सेट्रा कैन बी सीन इन द इमेज. किस साइज का है या किस कलर का है वो आपको दिखाई देगा इमेज में. छोटा दिखाई देगा लेकिन दिखाई देगा. सो दिस इज अ पिन होल कैमरा. ओके. Now, some action-packed info, guys. Time to update yourself. The images of sun obtained by the natural tiny pinhole cameras of tree leaves is crescent-shaped during a solar eclipse. Very important to understand, children. You must have seen, this is a tree. There are branches and you have a lot of leaves. Now, the leaves which are present on the trees, a different kind of shadow image is formed on the floor, on the ground, just below them. So when there is a solar eclipse, जब सूर्य ग्रहण होता है, solar eclipse होता है, उस टाइम पे, at that time, ये जो आपकी leaves हैं, ये एक पिन होल कैमरा की तरह काम करती हैं. Natural पिन होल कैमरा हमने तो बनाया नहीं है. They work as a पिन होल कैमरा. And what happens, जो इन ट्रीज की लीव्स का जो इमेज है, जो इमेज लीव्स का फॉर्म हो रहा है वो क्रिसेंट शेप में होता है. क्रिसेंट शेप कैसा होता है? इट्स लाइक दिस, जस्ट लाइक हाफ मून और 1/4 मून. ऐसा शेप अपने आप बनने लगता है. सो द ट्री लीव्स एक्चुअली स्टार्ट बिहेविंग एज अ पिन होल कैमरा बाय देमसेल्व्स. और इमेज ऐसी क्यों बनती है? बिकॉज आपको पता है कि पिन होल कैमरा में इमेज विल ऑलवेज बी इन्वर्टेड, उल्टी बनेगी. तो लीव्स अगर ऐसी हैं तो इमेज ऐसी बनती है, तो वो ऐसी क्रिसेंट शेप में दिखाई देती हैं. ऑल राइट, लेट्स मूव अहेड. Reflection of light, very important concept, children. Just when we were discussing shadow formation, I have told you that there can be 3 conditions when there is an object. The first condition was that it can be a transparent object and it can allow the light rays to completely pass through them, isn't it? The second can be an opaque object which can obstruct the path of the light rays and a shadow can be formed behind the object, right? Which we have discussed, shadow formation. And the third can be the light rays strike with a shiny opaque surface and reverses in the same direction or in any other direction. यानी कि थर्ड कंडीशन ये है कि लाइट रेज आई एक शाइनी ओपेक सरफेस से, शाइनी नॉट डल, शाइनी ओपेक सरफेस से टकराई और किसी भी डायरेक्शन में बेंड हो गई. दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज नोन एज रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ लाइट. It is the phenomenon where light bounces back from an object, an opaque object. Because of this only we are able to see ourselves in the mirror. हम मिरर में अपने आप को सिर्फ इसी चीज़ की वजह से देख पाते हैं. रिफ्लेक्शन के बाद लाइट ऑलवेज चेंजेस इट्स डायरेक्शन. जिस डायरेक्शन से लाइट सोर्स आ रही है उसके अलावा वो किसी भी डायरेक्शन में जा सकती है, उसमें भी जा सकती है. Now, lateral symmetry in mirrors, very important concept, children. When you are standing in front of the mirror, raise your right hand. It will appear to you as if you are raising your left hand. If you will raise your left hand, it will appear to you as if you are raising your right hand. This particular, you can say, interchange of sides or interchange of directions from right to left, left to right. This is known as lateral symmetry. All right? Some action-packed info, guys, and very important. You must have seen an ambulance. The letters on an ambulance, the word ambulance is written in inverted way. उल्टा लिखा होता है हमेशा ambulance पे ambulance. This is why it is done so that the people who are driving or riding any vehicle ahead of the ambulance, they can see in the rear view mirror the correct word ambulance. उल्टा लिखा है तो उन्हें कैसा दिखाई देगा? सीधा, क्योंकि मिरर में जस्ट अपोजिट दिखाई देता है. वी हैव जस्ट सीन लेटरल सिमेट्री. राइट हैंड ऊपर करते हैं तो वो लेफ्ट अपीयर होता है. इफ वी रेज द लेफ्ट हैंड इट अपीयर्स एज राइट. तो अगर उल्टा एम्बुलेंस लिखा है तो वो वहाँ पे जाके सीधा दिखाई देगा मिरर में. एंड द पर्सन विल गेट टू नो दैट ही और शी शुड गिव साइड और शुड टेक द व्हीकल टू द साइड so that the ambulance can go ahead as it must be carrying a patient and the life is in danger. So that is why on ambulance, the ambulance word is always written in from inverted. Inverted means last word से E से start करते हैं और A सबसे end में आता है, उल्टा लिखा होता है. Okay children, with this we have come to the end of this super interesting, short and sweet session of light, shadow and reflection, and I hope that you all must have subscribed to the EduCatUp YouTube channel. You have liked our video, I know that, so it's time to press the like button. And for your super science teacher Ambika, it's time to sign out for the day. Till the time we meet again, be happy, be safe and keep enriching yourself with EduCatUp. Don't forget to put your comments, questions, queries, doubts in the comment box below. Your super science teacher Ambika will definitely get back to you ASAP. Bye-bye guys.